Welcome back, Looplers! Today's daily is really cool. It's mostly just a normal run until sometime in, I believe, round 11. We do use a bug for what is our final score, and it's a bug I've seen before in Endless and has been reported, I believe, and if not, I guess this video will be it. So I'm very excited to show it off and get to use it. Very fun. But yeah, I'm third right now. My first attempt was just to see what the run looked like, and then I did a couple more to really refine it, and then I found where the bug is. And it is, you can recreate it, but it is like run dependent, and you kind of have to get lucky because it is tied to the run seed, which in this case I ended up finding it. So very cool. The early game is nothing complicated. We just need to grab some scoring to get by because we don't have our fuel set up. But once we get to like round 6, it's the usual run is basically set. You just have to buy stuff that'll increase your top speed in shops. And then it looks like you're going to be struggling the entire run up until round 12 shop, where if you buy everything exactly I did, you will see a loopy wheels. Buying other stuff in different orders might get you that loopy wheels earlier, maybe later, like not entirely sure, but if you buy everything in the way that I buy it, charms wise, you will end up getting that loopy wheels at the beginning of round 12 along with the charm wheels. There was like 2 runs in a row where I ended up re-rolling in the round 9 shop and buying the one-time purchase pin charm that gives you +1 pin, so you have a total of 4. And that made it so both of those runs, I did not get the loopy wheels in that first round, which really sucked. So just be careful what you buy, and it'll definitely influence the run. So if you're following this to get the exact same stuff I did, then you're going to have to follow all my purchases exactly. If you're trying to mess around, then do whatever. I can't stop you. I'm just the guy talking through the screen, you know. But we do get a fun little pit stop here. Again, don't pin those, don't buy those, leave those charms there, and save that 20 bucks that we get at the end of the shop. We have like 26 left after we buy this ghost gate. Just save it. I know you're tempted. Don't do it. Not worth it. But yeah, we go for the upgrade here, and then we do get our fuel upgraded to level 30, I believe, in the next 3 rounds, which is really weird considering it's level 10 right now. But we just get this upgrade here, then we get another upgrade in the next shop, then we get another upgrade at the start of round 7, and another upgrade at the end of round 8. So really weird way the run ended up just upgrading that fully, but we can get rid of our scoring card because of it. We struggle a bit here, but we end up making it. We have enough durability saved up from the earlier rounds. But yeah, you can sell this reserve tank, and you do buy both flasks. I've been experimenting in my regular runs, not buying unidentified flask for high score runs, and seeing if I can trigger the last gasp with the identified flask towards the end of rounds, see if I can get a huge multiplier. I just did a run, and I forgot to actually enable identified flask, or I disabled it, or just didn't see it. I don't know. So I didn't get to test it out, but working on that. We are coming up on a crucial aspect of car parts in this run. They are like time dependent, so you have to do them in a certain round. So like here in round 7, when I buy the car part, you have to do it in round 7, not specifically at the time I did it, but you have to do it within this round, otherwise it'll result in different like car part options. So round 7 you can get boost cap on your engine really easily, and then anytime I stop, just follow that exactly and you'll end up where I'm at. I'm not sure if car parts influence other car parts. Like if I got boost cap on my engine, does that influence getting boost cap on my pump? Not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but just in case, follow it 1-to-1 because you will definitely want the pump car part modifiers I end up getting for my score, because I don't think there's any other way to get as high as I did. Back to what I was saying with different builds and the score build that I'm working on. I do want to make videos on these different builds. High loops and score builds I want to make a playtest video on. I'm going to wait till Meep has released the next patch, which is coming in the next weeks, I assume. So yeah, so far what I've noticed is high score builds are just high loop builds, but you buy like all the scoring gates that you use for low loop runs in the last shop, and then wabam, you have like a really high scoring build. Nothing too crazy. And then obviously high loop builds is what we do here. So if you've been watching, then you kind of already know. I know most of the people that watch these are already like in the daily leaderboards. So don't know why you guys are here. You guys should be doing this yourself. But yeah, a lot of this run is just following one-to-one what I'm doing, so it's kind of hard to explain anything. It's really just building your top speed and trying to get as many loops as you can until we can get loopy wheels. Here's another fun car part. If you buy the boost cap modifier here, it levels up to be exactly 150, which is the max that the boost cap can be. So just a cool little like modifier I found. And then you can also grab refuel efficiency, which will get you through the next couple rounds before we end up replacing with a new car part. But yeah, that boost cap and refuel efficiency help tremendously, and it gets us through these rounds way faster. Faster and waste less durability. But yeah, our money problems are mostly solved here. I do like the new playtest economy, where early game is a bit rough. I wish it was a little less rough early, but early game's a bit rough, and even like round 6 through 12, you don't really cross more than like 1,500 gold because you're spending it. But like I haven't been over like 1,000 gold in a minute, unless I'm actively not spending it on car parts. And then I usually end the run with, depending on what I do with the shops, like 1,000 or less, which is really nice compared to what we've been doing in the past, which is infinite gold, where you don't have to think about any of your purchases. I appreciate it. I know in Endless it's a bit awkward because you end up getting so many coupons that everything just costs $1, so gold stops mattering. I kind of like it though. I feel like in Endless you should feel powerful, and it does give you that like bit of feeling of being like kind of just like Risk of Rain when you loop and then it's boom, you're just like super strong and nothing kills you. Here we have the big moment. I don't know if re-rolling that part twice is necessary for this to work, but we do it anyways. Then we pin those two, and what's that? Is that a boost cap? A second one? We need a replay. Second boost cap. Isn't that crazy? That's so crazy. It's a bug I've seen before, but you know, you can like replicate this if you follow everything I did exactly. I'm not sure what the limits on that is. Like, do you only need the car part from round 10 and carry it into 11 for that to work, and not need to follow anything else? Not sure how exactly they're seeded. Maybe someone can test, or I can just ask Meep. But yeah, the double boost cap definitely helps with scoring, and especially when we get our loopy wheels, as it kind of shoots our boost cap to the moon. And then we're entering the last shop, where we get our charmed wheels and the loopy wheels, if you followed everything correctly so far, as our first two items. And that's about it. If this were a high score run, or if you wanted to do one, you can start plopping down that multiply gate that's right there, the purple one, and then put down the score gate, the blue one, right after it. And that's basically the high score thing. If you really want, you put the ×2 gate before the score gate and the multiply gate before that. And then that's it. That's how you get high score runs going, is you just take this and you do that. But yeah, I might actually do another run and just do that for high score. But at least for now, within the 12 rounds, high score is literally just high loops plus 3 gates at the end. I think mostly because of the fact that overdrive exists, and so you'll have a limited amount of time to score, and so you just want to loop as fast as possible to get that scoring. And also cards like the Loopler exist, where it's based on the total number of loops you've done, and so again, you want to grab as many loops as you can before you score. Yada yada. Here's my attempt to try and get the overdrive time on the engine, which I failed. I don't know when you would have to try to get that, but experiment with it, because it gives you, I don't know how many more seconds, but I'm imagining up to like 10 extra seconds on your overdrive time, which would get you a lot more loops. Definitely worth giving it a shot on earlier rounds, but round 12 definitely doesn't work. But yeah, that's the run. Not many ways to improve it outside of, like I said, the overdrive on the engine, overdrive time on the engine, as well as maybe re-rolling the boost caps a bit more so they're all 150, but that might take a while. Don't know how worth it that is. But yeah, finished in 2659 with 256,000 loops, which I think about doubles what I got before, which is pretty cool. Not about doubles. It's like 50% more. They got 160k. But yeah, there we are, first place. Pretty solid, beating Creechy and Mosaic. And yeah, that's just the run. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.